just getting things set up here, so hold on a second. Okay, I'm back, ready to go. If anybody has any ideas who they want to fly from, just go ahead and let me know. The what I really wanted to announce though is that Lionel over at Aerobask has kindly offered to sponsor a giveaway of the Eclipse 550NG on one of my live streams. So I'm trying to decide which day would be a good day to do it, because what I'm going to do instead of giving people like a week to enter, what I'll do is I'll end up I'll create a Gleam account, and then during one of my live streams I'll create a Gleam account, and then I'll post a link in the chat for YouTube. I mean, if you're on Twitch, you'll get it too. So it'll be a link. You'll click on that link. You'll go. You'll enter. And then after the live stream's over with, and then I'll draw one name from among the people that have watched the live stream, and they will be the ones to that'll be the person that's able to get the Eclipse 550NG from Aerobask. The only thing is you have to have an account on the xplane.org store, and then you have to, when you register with Gleam, you have to register with that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put a name in there, whatever, but it has to be the email account. How's it going, Scott? It has to be the email account that's associated with your xplane.org account, because what will happen is Aerobask will I'll give the name of the person to Aerobask, and Aerobask will send you the will deposit the aircraft itself into your xplane.org account. So you need to have an xplane.org account for this for you to enter. So, I'm sorry I haven't been streaming lately. I'm working on a project for X-Plane. It's converting all the airports in the United States, converting all the charts, actually, all the approach charts, the stars, the SIDS, converting them all to be able to be read by the Aerobask aircraft. So it's thousands of airports nationwide, and they'll be available soon, hopefully. I'm gonna have to I'll probably write a PHP script or a script in C# to parse the XML file, and then bunch of computer stuff that you're probably not interested in. So we're gonna go ahead and fly something here. Hey, Happy Camper, how's it going, dude? Scott, what's up? I don't have the 550NG yet. Cursed it when it first came out because it wasn't like it didn't have the Avio flight deck, but I'm going to end up getting it anyways because I'm giving it away. So I'm going to get it, fly it. I'll get it and probably fly it on the live stream that I give one away. So, but yeah, I want to thank Lionel and Harassner from Aerobask for offering to sponsor that giveaway. So anyways, let's get flying something here. I don't have Restream installed. I mean, not Restream, but Reshade installed right now because how's it going, Ruben? I don't have Reshade installed right now because it crashed my Explain earlier when I tried. I was installing charts, so the chart program, it's hosted by explain.org, and it's on the .org. I'll leave a link in the description later. I'll just show you it right now. And right now I'm having to do these charts by hand, so it's easy to convert, but the conversion process, it's the renaming portion of the charts that takes the longest time. So sorry if my voice is all. That's still getting over being sick over the weekend. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about Harassner and Lionel from Aerobask offering to sponsor a giveaway. It won't be on this stream, but it will be on sometime. Probably, I'm looking at maybe Friday or something like that. Like I said, the only people to be eligible are the people that are actually watching the stream. So if there's only 8 people watching the stream and 8 people enter, then yeah, that much greater of a chance of winning. But I don't know. I'll have to talk to Lionel on them about that. But I'm starting with the Panthera right now just to show you, give you an idea of what these charts are going to look like. So if you have any of these Aerobask aircraft. Now what Harassner's told me, and when I'm creating these charts, he said to go ahead and put them in the. Let me bring up his message because he messaged me. I gotta find his message now. It's on my tap to talk, so I'm just bringing it up on my phone. So it's gonna go into custom data or something like that, and then I gotta find the messages now. I can't find messages on Tap Talk for some reason. But anyways, you gotta put it in a different folder, and then. But what was interesting, what he told me, and this is coming straight from Harassner. Now Harassner, if you don't know who Stefan is one of the lead developers for Aerobask. He's the one that created the first Aerobask 550. That was the freeware, and he went on and formed Aerobask, and he's one of the lead developers for Aerobask. Now, what he's told me is that when I create these charts, is to have people go ahead and install them in the custom data folder under charts. That way, the Panthera can pull from it, the Eclipse 550 can pull from it, and in his message to me, he said, and other upcoming aircraft, quote unquote, other upcoming aircraft can pull from that chart. So evidently, they're working on more aircraft, I don't know which ones yet, that are going to use the same charting system. So it's one of the reasons I've started working on the chart system and converting them all the charts in the United States to work with the Aerobask aircraft. So I do have a couple of the charts I've worked on. If you were to go to explain.org store, or not the store, but the actual. Yeah, it says that when it's loading the Panthera. Like I'll just bring it up here. If you go into the explain.org right now and download my chart stuff, you'll get this. So it automatically knows we're sitting at Abilene, and the first chart you're going to get is the airport diagram, and then you have your approaches, and you can select your approaches here like this. So I'm pulling everything. I don't know whether I want to put stars, SIDS, approaches, departures, and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty hectic. I want to look real quick and see. I don't have the charts for that yet. I did a lot of charts and I haven't updated my actual installation of Explain. So I'm just going to check real quick and see what charts I do have installed. So I'm just going to bear with me here. So these are the actual charts. So right now there's the charts I'm working on. These are the charts I have. I need to go and Explain 11 and aircraft, see which ones I have. I can't remember. charts. So it doesn't have the most recent one. So KDYS. So let's go there. One of these charts, one of these airports I did has 33 charts. That's stars, SIDS, and stuff like that. So this is airport, so the KDYS for Abilene Air Force Base, and then you have all these approaches. So I have the high ILS, the TACANs, the ILS localizers, TACAN-Ws, VORs, all these different approaches. And here's the high TACAN X for 1834, which looks like that. And then there's the airport information. I was hoping I should upload the Albuquerque stuff, because Albuquerque is the one that's got like 33 different. It's got like 33 different charts. So it's crazy. I mean, you're talking about approaches, departures, arrivals, and everything. So let's go ahead and fly somewhere. It is a lot of work. I've been doing it by hand, and I've been the conversion part isn't very hard. It's the naming. Well, maybe you'll win one, Ruben. Anyways, it's not really the conversion process is hard. It's the naming process, because if it's an approach, say, so if I'm looking at this approach plate here. Go back. So if I'm going approach, and we'll just pick this ILS localizer. When I have to name it, I have to name it APP runway 16 ILS loc. So it's named just like this. You have to name each individual approach plate individually. So it can get annoying. But what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is just create a PHP script that's going to do it all by itself. So it'll make directories for each airport, then it'll fill it with the charts and rename them. So that's what we'll try to do. That's what my plan is for this week, is try to get that working. Get those charts done. But anyways, let's get this thing a start. I still haven't got the 550 NG yet. Like I said, I'll probably be picking it up sometimes weekend, even though I dogged it the other day in one of my streams, and I'm an Aerobask core, so I've got to have an Aerobask aircraft. What haven't I done yet? Okay, mixture rich, fuel pump's on. Fuel pump is not on. Fuel pump is on now. Let's give this thing a start, and we can't start it. And one left is on. Oh, I'll tell you why we can't start it. Because we have our chocks still in place. Doors open, that doesn't matter. Now we can start it. Parking brakes on still. Fuel pump is on. Turn that off. So if we go back to KBI, the only thing I wish it actually showed your aircraft position on that airport diagram. That would be so cool if it like overlaid your position. And I have no idea where I'm at on here, so we'll just taxi out. I do like the Panthera though. I love this plane. I do like the 550 too, the old one. I haven't flown the new one yet. I'll fly it when I get it. But I like the old one. I like being able to fly, have a cruise speed of 300 knots. But what I found curious is that in the Eclipse 5, or no, the Victory had a ceiling limit of 28,000. I took it up to 31,000 the other day, and it gave me a cabin pressure warning. It's hilarious. And then the engine went out, and I had to glide back. I was on my way to. What I was doing a flight from Dulles International Airport to one of the wow, we're on the opposite side of the airport. Okay, we'll just go back the other direction. I was doing a flight from Dulles Airport to there's an airport just south in the southern part of Nova Scotia. I was flying to there because I was going to do I was going to create a video and it's just going to be like a ferry flight from Dulles to like northern England, somewhere like maybe Newcastle or Manchester or something like that. And I was just going to condense it down into one video and then do that because I've never seen anybody do a ferry video for this. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice because the weather here is really weird. So ATC. Well, ATC on X-Plane is not like ATC was on FSX or Prepare 3D. I think the ATC... sorry, got to clear my throat's all messed up. The ATC on Prepare 3D and FSX was much better than the ATC is on X-Plane. But I have used Pilot Edge and VetSim both. As a matter of fact, I have VetSim on here. I think plugins here. So I have VetSim here, and I could connect to it if I wanted to. So, and I'll probably get back into Pilot Edge. I just really don't have time to do it right now. One thing bad about Pilot Edge is it it's $20 extra a month just to be able to fly on the West Coast, which is kind of annoying. Probably should have got the weather here. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about the giveaway. Like I said, it'll be only open to those people that are actually watching the live stream. So that's how I want to run it. But I've got to run it how Aerobask wants it to run. So I'll have to get back with them. Yeah, it's a strong crosswind. Well, it's a tailwind, so. I have to keep muting my mic so I can clear my throat because my throat's all messed up and sinuses. Just to give you an idea how screwed up our weather is. Saturday it was 40 degrees and today it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're talking maybe 15 degrees Celsius, and today it's 22 degrees Celsius. It just kills my sinuses. I'm gonna climb up here. I don't know where we're gonna go. Don't know what's around here. I just took off from here just to get in the air. Yeah. I actually have a choice, and I might do a poll. The guys from Aerobask said I can give away either this plane right here, the Pipistrel Panthera, or I can give away the Eclipse 550NG. So, yeah, it is. Whoa! I'm looking at the Celsius on my phone. I'm not even paying attention to my flying. Whoa! I'm trying to pull up Celsius on my phone, not paying attention to flying. So hold on a second. Celsius, there we go. Okay, so Celsius, it's 28 degrees Celsius here right now. So it's twice as hot here as it is there, Ruben. 28 degrees Celsius here right now. And it's 4:17 in the afternoon. So let's see in the chat. What do you guys think I should give away? Should I give away the Panthera or the Eclipse? Those are the only two choices Aerobask is giving me. It has to be either or. Scott's already said the Panthera. I live in Virginia, so it's right in it's on the coast. It's on the Atlantic coast, but it's people that aren't from Virginia don't call it the South because they think of the South is Alabama or Louisiana and Georgia and stuff. Virginia is technically part of the South, but yeah, it's hot and it's humid. So, and it's not really the heat; it's the humidity that gets you. People in California, it could be 88 degrees in California, or 28 degrees Celsius in California. You can go stand under a tree and actually feel the shade. The shade of the tree will actually give you some kind of relief. Not here. No, reshade isn't on right now because I turned it off because it was crashing X-Plane for some reason. I don't know why. So I turned it off. But I don't have it on right now. No. Reshade typically adds about 40 seconds to your load time also. But it looks good. It's amazing looking. But I can throw reshade on, so I'd have to exit X-Plane. So let me turn this off and put out of here, and then we'll go to this. Turn this on. Grab reshade, throw it back in there. Exit. Go back up to X-Plane and enter. So when you start it with reshade, you're going to get this, and it's going to be like a 42-second load time. So here's the up top. I don't know if it's going to crash X-Plane or not. It crashed it earlier. That's why I wasn't using it, but excuse me, people want to see it. Yeah, humidity sucks. It's the same thing like if you get out the let's take the Freeware 550. If you take so if you take a flight down to like Florida here in the United States, when you get out the plane, it's that hot, humid, tropical air hits you, and it's just like stifling. And I also ride horses too, so you know I have to try to ride horses. If I'm going to ride, I have to ride real early in the morning, like right after I feed them. So we usually feed the horses around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then if I'm going to ride, I have to ride as soon as they're done eating. Because horses sweat like people do. It's not like a dog, it doesn't pant. So I'm loading up the 550, the Freeware. This is the Freeware version. It's got the Avio flight deck and stuff like that. So we'll just give it a start here. So this is with reshade on, and I haven't set up the controls. See, whenever you hit reshade, when you ever use JSGME, you have to set it all back up again. So you have to go in here, settings, and As a matter of fact, I need to go back here and find out what it is myself. So I'm going to go back into my desktop and go back into Explain 11. And for some reason, it doesn't have it in there. Oh, well. There it is, Reshade Shaders. So I'm going to grab this and shaders and just grab the path. And I'm just going to copy it. Go down here. You have to do this every time with GME whenever you use it. And I'm just going to hit Control V and paste that in for the shaders, and then for the textures I'm going to go in and do the same thing. So textures, grab that, copy it, Control V, Control V, and there's the textures. And I usually change this to pause break, and then home. Okay, so it's still not on yet. Let's see if we can get it to come on. It's not wanting to come on. Let's see. So for some reason, Reshade is not wanting to work, which doesn't surprise me, but so it doesn't want to move at all. Yeah, it won't even go into the, when I choose home, it won't even choose the menu. So see, I'm clicking home and it doesn't even shift over to it, like stats or anything like that. Oh well. Maybe if I reload the aircraft, maybe. Change location. Start new flight. Maybe now it'll work. Let's see. Shift to. Nope. Not working. Let's restart. Like I said, that's another one of my projects is trying to get Reshade just completely in OpenGL. That's the word I was looking for. Strip out all the DirectX crap that's in there with it. And then Mo just messaged me on Facebook. He said he wished he could fly the Eclipse 550. For some reason, the 550 crashes it for him. But yeah, I want to strip out all the non-Explain Essential stuff in Reshade. That's the DirectX. I think it even has Vulkan libraries in there for Vulkan API, and has DirectX, OpenGL, and Vulkan API in there. And just strip out everything that's not OpenGL, then rebuild it. Yeah, me and Luna are streaming at the same time. I didn't even notice it until now. So we're just you can split your screen and have his stream in one window and have my stream in the other window and kind of watch both of them. We didn't plan this. We usually don't stream at the same time, but I had to get this information out. I still haven't gotten the fly yet because let's see if it works now. Works now, it seems. Okay, yeah. So Restream is now running. So now Restream's working. So we're just going to take a short flight in the Eclipse 550. This is the freeware version. Haven't gotten the payware version yet. Like I said, I'll get it later. Probably sometime this week. Definitely before I give it away. Before Aerobask sponsors that stream to give it away. I think Luna's doing a giveaway on his channel too, isn't he? I think that's what I saw on my phone. So this is the freeware version of the Aerobask 550 NG. So you can go download this from the explain.org store right now for free. The only problem is it has the Honeywell flight management system, which is so unrealistic. I don't know why they put it in here. It was better. It would have been better had they used the GNS 430. Now, to give you a little background on this plane, the Eclipse 5, the first Eclipse aircraft, twin engine aircraft, was the Eclipse 500. Then they had an upgrade program from the Eclipse 550 to the quote-unquote total Eclipse. So if you had an Eclipse 500, you could update the aircraft to the total Eclipse. And the total Eclipse eventually became the Eclipse 550 that you see today. But there are plenty of Eclipse 500s still flying. There's Eclipse total Eclipses still flying, and there's still Eclipse 550s still flying. And all of them come with this flight deck. All of them come with the Avio flight deck. And in the original Eclipses, you had in the total Eclipse, they first started doing the total Eclipse, it had the GNS 430, and this is how you controlled your GPS and everything like that, even though you still had the moving map. I don't know if Total Eclipse is a song or not. I just know it's a plane. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, because I'm itching to fly something. So let's get all that crap turned off. Weather can stay on. TCAV, VOR. Nope, that's NDB. So let's go ahead and do the beacon and strobe on. Start our left engine. The engine starting controls are up top, but I have it slaved to my controller. And let's go ahead and look at electronics. You can see now it's negative 28, so we're drawing power because the generator's not on. So we just drew, so we're drawing power. We're going to go ahead and turn that left generator on. And now we're not drawing any power front. So we only have 61 amps on the left bus and left generator. So that's going to give us enough to start the right engine. The right engine started. You can see I'm starting up. So there she is. She started. And what else we need to do here? We need to have landing lights, taxi lights, nav lights. We don't need landing lights on. We're not going to worry about cabin pressure. I usually set the cabin pressure down to 3,500 feet. Fuel, we have plenty of fuel. It's full. So we have 1,695 pounds of fuel. Flight manager system, we don't have anything loaded into the GPS, and we're probably not going to load anything into it. Our flight control systems are all neutral, and we are ready to taxi. So we need the other generator on. And that's on. We have our warning lights are clear. Brakes are off, and we're just going to go ahead and taxi. This little thing is a rocket. You know, I thought the Epic Victory was a rocket. This thing is a rocket. It's really fun to fly. I can't, you know, I dogged the new Aerobask 550NG. I took that video down, by the way, because I felt bad, because I love Aerobask so much. But I dogged it in that video, and I took it down, and because I'm getting it, you know, because I'm just going to go ahead and get it because I love the aircraft. I love the 550NG. I think it's one of the best light jets available. And this is quality and titled as a light jet, so a VLJ, very light jet. But I love this aircraft so much. It's one of the reasons I was upset when they put the GTN 750 and the GTN 650 in it. But now I'm creating charts for it, the 750 and 650 and upcoming Aerobask aircraft. So, and I'm getting the full support from Aerobask to do this. So Harassner, the lead developer for Aerobask, messaged me today, like I said, and is giving me tips on how to get it to install and everything like that. So our rotation speed on this thing is like 95 knots. So we dip the wing there. And I like to look up because I can't see where I'm going. We didn't have any flaps in, so go ahead and pull back to about 86% on the N1. Well, it's not really to mod their planes, it's to get the chart system up and going. So they only shipped with a certain number of charts. I think you only get 4 charts with their aircraft. So what I'm trying to do is get all the charts in the United States converted over to actually work in Aerobask's planes. And really, I mean, it's on my GitHub. So if anybody wants to, help contribute, help get these charts together, I have a GitHub for it, so you can upload. If you're comfortable using Git, you can convert the files and make commits through Git and stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to show off this aircraft because this is still one of my favorites. I can't wait to get the NG sometime this week. And then I'll be giving one away. Well, people still haven't. I'll probably put a poll up on somewhere and find out, because Scott's already said that he'd rather have the Panthera, and I might give the people the choice. So you'll decide whether you want. If you win, you'll decide whether you want the 550 NG or the Panthera. But those are the only 2 choices. The only 2 Aerobask aircraft they'll allow me to give away. So we're just going to land right here because I want to get back into Panthera. I just want to land right here at this airport here. I think it's Rudy's on here. This is what is this, Rudy? This is Warrington. Is it Warrington? I think it's Warrington. We used to live here, so. See Rage and Rudy on here. That's my twin brother. He also has a gaming channel. Not dedicated to flight sims, though. Go ahead and turn these reflections off. Yeah, so I'm just not dedicated to streaming flight sims. I'm actually active in the flight sim community, creating stuff like charts and scripts and stuff like that. So a lot of what you see on my streams is just not. This isn't the only thing that I do. I actually do create scripts and stuff for X-Plane. I'm pretty sure that this is either Warrington or Fauquier Airport. The one on that's right up on 17. Not the air park, but I think this is the Warrington Fauquier Airport, maybe. I can't remember. Well, I don't know where we're landing at it though. If we put our gear down.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
Yeah, we're all right.
Sync rate, sync rate.
So you can tell this is Harrison's first plane. He's the lead developer from Aerobask. This is the first plane he ever did, I believe.
500. Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate, sync rate.
We're fine.
300.
Speed of landing should be about 110, but we're not even slowing down.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate. Pull up. Pull up.
Landing flaps didn't come in for some reason.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Wow. I think I broke a landing gear. Oh well. That landing's screwed up. We won't even go back into that. Let's go back into the Panthera. So I miffed that landing. I really wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention more to the chat. So I'll get back into Panther. I don't even know where we're loading it in at. I didn't look. Yeah, but yeah, rip. I don't know why the plane. You know, I had the throttles back the whole time. I don't know why it wouldn't slow down. So whatever. I wanted to fly. I wanted to hurry up and get out of that and fly the Panther anyways. I was going to end it mid-flight so I get the Panther out. It's not as bad the other day. It's not as bad as Luna flying into the damn crane on the offshore oil rig like he did the other day. I was laughing. Oh man, I was cracking up. That was hilarious. The thing is, most people don't crash on their live streams, so it's funny when they do. That's the only thing I don't like is the Panthera takes a long time to load because it's loading in, has the GTN 750 and the GTN 650 load in addition to the Aerobask, the Dyna and Skyview. Oh, when Luna hit the crane, oh, that was hilarious. His plane just went into pieces. I mean, it blew up. Yep, it blew up. I mean, I've never seen a plane blow up on X-Plane until then. I mean, it just the wings came off. It burst into flames. Hilarious. I didn't think you could actually blow a plane up. It was funny. Then we were trying to get him to. I don't want to fly here. Somebody pick an airport so you can fly from. Then we were trying to get him to land on it with a helicopter. No, that's right. We were trying to get him to land on it with a Cessna and a headwind on the helicopter pad. Hilarious. But yeah. So this is KRMN. If I was to fly in real life, this is the airport I would fly from. This or Culpeper. So autopilot's on. Let's get this thing started real quick. K Boston. Now, hold on a minute. Is the Mr. X, is his he has a K Boston out. Is that freeware or is that payware? Does anybody know? Because I know he just put it out. And who was flying it yesterday? Oh, Ranger 79. Ranger 79 was flying, I think, the Mr. X Boston scenery, K-Boss. I've never flown. I mean, I've flown over Boston, but I've never... Yeah, what? Is it payware or is it freeware? Freeware? Oh, sweet. Yep, this sim is so sick. My thoughts exactly. It's awesome. I mean, if this is the stock version, this is Boston Logan, right? K-Boss? KBOS? And then with reshade off, this is what it looks like. So if you're just running standard X-Plane, this is all you're getting. Then with reshade, you're getting this. So let's start this up and go fly somewhere. Yeah, people have asked me if I'm going to get Prepare 3D version 4 when it comes out. I don't think so, because Prepare 3D is still going to rely on third-party assets to actually look as good as X-Plane 11 does. And that's just a shame. I mean, the amount of money that you have to spend for the professional license for Prepare 3D version 4, like, what is it, $120? You have to pay for that. So let's make sure our stuff's off. Chocks are off place. We'll go ahead and put all the fuel in it. Windows are closed. Windows and doors are closed. Sorry. So I started at one of the ramps. I mean, at one of the terminals instead of the GA ramp. So. All right, Ruben. Thanks for watching, man. We need the fuel pump off. Yeah, we're going to taxi out here. We're going to fly somewhere. I'm not going to need the whole runway, so... Wow. Hold on a second. Let's get some information here first. Let's go into the GTN 750, grab the waypoint info, airport, KBOS, frequency, set to COM 1.
Boston Logan INTL Information Hotel. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 210 at 17, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 22,000 broken, temperature 2.2. Altimeter 3006. Arriving.
Ciao. Alright, we're good. Look at that windsock. Can you guys see that windsock out there? Check that thing out. This is the Piper Pipistrel. I mean, not the Piper Pipistrel. The Aerobask Pipistrel Panthera. It's offered by Aerobask. It's $35, $34.95. Look at that windsock. Okay. So, we're going to take off into the wind. If you guys are wondering who I'm talking to, there's people on Twitch watching also. I freak people out all the time. They're like, who's he talking to? People on Twitch. So yeah, this is my favorite piston engine aircraft right now. I also am going to get the E1000 too, because I need a turboprop from Aerobask, and I don't have that yet. So I'm a sucker for turboprops. Okay, hold on a second. Where am I at? What we need is something like Safe Taxi. X-Plane needs to integrate Safe Taxi somehow into these things. I have the Pilatus PC-12. It doesn't work with X-Plane 11 though. It doesn't work right. One of the generators doesn't work. So I don't use it on here. Same thing with my A36. And none of my Coronado aircraft work right on here. So I have the Epic Victory. So I have a single engine jet. I have this piston engine from Aerobask. I need the turboprop, which is the E1000, Epic E1000. And I need the twin engine jet, which is the Eclipse 550NG. I don't know. I spent so much money on a Coronado aircraft and Flight Simulator 10 and Prepare 3D. I'm totally done with Coronado. All right, we're taking off into the wind. Should be. Except the wind just changed, it looks like. So we have a 1 notch of flaps in. Rotate at 63 knots and whoa. Landing gears and flops are up. That's it. So it's close to here. Any cool places to fly to? I do need to throw this thing on autopilot. So let's go ahead and change this to. I can't change it there, so I have to change it here. Change this to heading. I like the sound on all the Aerobask aircraft. My Victory has an awesome sound too. Okay, so we're going to hit, go down here to autopilot, click this, turn the autopilot on, set it to heading, and we're going to set indicated airspeed. And there we go. So we're climbing in indicated airspeed mode out of Boston, heading south, south-ish, southeast-ish. Like I said, I can't wait till I get all the charts done because I'm going to love just having all the charts. And I have more charts than this. I mean, I've been working on charts almost all day. But I haven't updated, haven't uploaded them to my GitHub yet, and I'm only going to update the org site once a week because updating it every day would be irritating. Look, I could go. That's an oil rig right there. I think I could go over there and pull a Luna. I think that's what we ought to start calling it now, pulling a Luna.
Approaching altitude.
Oh, sorry. My mic was muted. I didn't know my mic was muted the whole time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, that's why it's good to have people streaming. What was the last question I answered? Is running in window mode better? Yes, for me, when I'm streaming. I didn't know my mic was muted. I don't even know how long it's muted. So we're going to land at KFMH, which is the Cape Cod Coast Guard station, looks like. And we're transitioning at Gales, which you can see right there. Gales. And that's the only thing that is aggravating about it, that sometimes it wants to go to the desktop. Gales, the hood up. The charts files type. Okay. The chart files type is a PNG file, and I have to convert it from PDF to PNG. But it's not only that, I have to rename it because this has a certain naming convention. And so, for instance, this is what I get from the FAA. I didn't know my mic was muted. I'm so sorry. This is what I get directly from the FAA. So this is the airport diagram for Abilene, Texas. I then have to convert that. I then have to rename that file for it to be able to be used in what you call it, by the Aerobask chart system, which is. So I take all those. Let's go back. So all these ones right here, these are all the same airport because it's 0001. These are all from the same airport, and these are different approaches, departures, arrivals, and stuff like that. So I take all those, I throw them into a folder on my desktop, which I called Charts PDF, and here they are, K Abilene. I then have to rename them to be able to be used by the Aerobask chart system. So approach dot. What we just looked at was the information airport diagram. So when I come in here and I look at the Abilene, if I go in here and punch in Abilene, this is the inf.airport diagram file that you just saw. This is exactly what it is. And INF tells the GTN 750 that it's an information. It's in the information folder, so it's an information file type. Now APP is approach, DEP is departure, and ARR is arrival. So if we go look, now the most complicated one I've done so far is Albuquerque. So if I go back out to charts.png and go to Albuquerque, these are all the approach plates that I had to make for Albuquerque. And you're talking about approaches. You have what are they? Stars. Yeah, you have these arrival charts like this. Yeah, departures like departure adios 3. You have all that stuff. So it gets pretty complicated with these. And then of course you have the airport diagram. So. Yep, it's a lot of work, time consuming, and it's really time consuming. That's why tomorrow I'm going to work on a PHP script that will loop through. What the PHP script is going to do is going to loop through all the records, grab the ICAO codes, make a directory, then in the XML file, IAPs, I have to create a variable and have to create a variable that holds the approach type. So if it's if the approach type equals IAP then approach type equals APP, so it'll write the file for me. It's complicated, and it's all code, so. So anyways, I got to be my first step down at it's 1,800 feet. So go ahead and drop our altitude to 1,800 feet. I just killed the approach plate, but I don't need it. I'll go ahead and back off the throttle. Set this vertical speed mode. Yeah, there's a guy, Christoph, on the .org. He's the one that gave me the idea that's just to write a script to parse through everything and just loop through the whole entire. Because when you download these charts from the FAA, they also give you an XML file. So with that XML file, I can actually use PHP or C# to loop through it and create directories for each ICAO code that it finds. No, I'm not a programmer in my day job. I do web development, which really isn't programming. It's just so anyway, the guy Christoph I was talking to gave me the idea just to loop through it with PHP, the XML file with PHP, and create it that way.
Approaching altitude.
He said he had the United States and Europe, and it was like 5 gigs of approach plates. So, kind of interested to see. So once I do that, what I'm going to probably end up doing is creating a Lua script for explain. I might not even do it in Lua. I might do it in use SASL to create it. That way it covers my code, so it's encrypted files compiled, and you just can't go in and see the code and everything like that. That protects me and keeps people from stealing my code, my work. But just create a plugin for X-Plane where you can, you know, go up here to plugins, go like over here somewhere and just select, like hit select airport, and then type in the ICAO code, and it'll bring up, you can choose charts, which chart you want. I've noticed that about the European approach plates. They're all different. Depending on which country you go to, they're all different. So it's like irritating. It's not really standardized like it is in the United States. Let's go back out to flight plan. And I have the airport in sight, I believe. I believe that's it right out there. And it is. Yep, X-Plane 11 has VATSIM. It has Pilot Edge. And if I had Pilot Edge, the only thing I would have to do to go on Pilot Edge right now would to hit this button right here, and it immediately say Pilot Edge up here. So, and I'm going to get back into Pilot Edge probably this week and do a lot of flying with the Panthera on Pilot Edge. So this is the ILS approach. We'll get into, as soon as we get the Bodhi, we'll go ahead and switch over to the approach. Switch the autopilot over to approach mode. And we'll set up. I like flying these approaches, and with the standard X-plane aircraft, the GA aircraft at least, the 172, the Baron, and the King Air, I like flying the RNAV LPV approaches because those are fun too. Those are just the GPS equivalent of the ILS, the LPV is. So our could set the minimums on here. Minimum's 250 feet. So we hit 250. Enter. And that's your decision height. VetSim is, I think it's non... Are you talking about the RNAV LPV approaches? The VNAV works. If you use the 172, the Baron, or the King Air, it works on those. We're just passing the auto marker. I'm assuming what that is. So that was the outer marker, I'm assuming. And we're going to go ahead and enter approach mode now. So approach. And if this thing picks it up, which I've had problems with this aircraft picking the ILS up, probably because we should probably go ahead and I can demonstrate the LPV approaches on here. And she's not picking up that
Autopilot
ILS
disconnect.
for some reason on autopilot. So let's go ahead and lower the gear. Gear coming down. Yeah, the Aerobask aircraft don't work with LPV approaches in RNAV, but the Cessna 172 will, and I'll demonstrate that in the next flight real quick. It doesn't take long at all. So we'll just land this and we'll hop in the Cessna. And I actually have a tutorial video on how to do RNAV LPV approaches with the Cessna. So gear down, flaps at position 1 or takeoff, approach. So we're still a little high. Now we have our 2 reds, 2 whites. We're on the glide slope. There is the inner marker.
Minimums.
And we have birds. Hopefully I don't hit one. Whew. That's something you do not want to see. Birds on your final. Of course, this is Airport Environment HD. And there we are down. So we're going to jump out the Panthera right now. We're jumping the Cessna, the 172, and we'll conduct a... We're going to fly from Culpeper to Stafford, and because I know Stafford has an LPV approach, I believe. Pretty sure. So KCJR. Oops, going to get Boston out of there first. KCJR, Culpeper Regional. And in real life, this would be the other airport I would fly out of in real life. So if you're just joining, the Aerobask has kindly offered to sponsor a giveaway for the Eclipse 5, either the Eclipse 550NG or the Panthera. We still haven't decided what we're giving away with because nobody, the only person that answered in the stream was Scott, and he said the Panthera. So, but it'll be during one of my live streams, and I'll let you know when that's going to happen. But you can, yeah, they've sponsored a giveaway. So, okay, so, and it'll be probably Friday. That's probably when we'll do it. So this is the Cessna 172, of course. We're just going to start up real quick, just real quick, and starting. And we'll throw full rich, and we'll give it a little bit of throttle. We have fuel flow. We can go ahead and turn the fuel pump off. Go ahead and start the aircraft. We can go ahead and throw up the avionics
regional
nav
Wind
strobe.
240 at 8 gust 16, visibility more than 10.
We're going to need that in a minute.
Stafford regional weather.
Let's go ahead and set the altimeter for there, that airport. Okay. So we're going to clear the flight plan that we already have in here. So we need to go into flight plan and select it, clear that, enter, and we're setting a KCR. We need to fly direct, not there. See, this is the only thing I don't like about the 530 and X-Plane is that when you hit direct, it shouldn't have KCGR in there at all. It should let you, where we go. Here we go. Never mind. Maybe they did fix it. So KRMN is the one we're going to. Okay, so we're going to Stafford Regional. For some reason, I'm going to have to hit this again, hit direct. Take off a bit. Unless in the final build, Laminar decided to screw up the LPV and RNAV capabilities of this 172, we should be fine. It's 55 knots, 60 knots, we're good to go. Go ahead and engage the autopilot. I'm in nav mode, vertical speed, set to 5, so there we go. Okay, so it's only going to take us 12 minutes to get there. So for those of you that are new to RNAV LPV approaches, I've gone over this in a couple videos, but we'll go over it again here for those of you who don't have time to watch the other one. LPV is just the can think of it as just the GPS version of ILS, whereas ILS is radio, LPV is GPS. So we will grab the approach plate for Stafford. And I'm just going to grab the PDF so you can look at it better. So if you're not used to doing RNAV LPV approaches, I explained, this is where we're flying to. We're going to fly the RNAV approach into Stafford. And you can tell this is the ILS, my bad. We need the RNAV. So RNAV. This is the right plate. Okay, so this is the RNAV GPS approach into runway 33 at Stafford Regional. And the way you can tell if it has LPV or not is to just look down here. And it'll tell you LPV. And then your decision height. So we're going to fly that approach. And to make it even more interesting, we are going to set the weather condition to pure crap. So we're going to do low visibility. So this is going to kill my frame rates, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to fly the instrument approach anyways. So we need to be at 3,000 feet when we hit RISV. So I'm going to climb to 3,000 feet, and our in-flight altitude is going to be 3,000 feet. So let me bring X-plane back up here. And I'm going to go ahead and load that approach now. So go into procedures, select the approach, and we are going to do RNAV 33 GPS. Enter. And we are going to transition at, let's take a look. We're coming from the west. So it's Pegby or Zunev. Grubby's a little far. We'll do Grubby because here's Grubby. Pegby's a little further south. Zuno's way southeast. So we're going to transition at Grubby. Enter. And we're going to go ahead and activate it. And there we go. So we're flying direct to Grubby now. And we're almost at 3,000 feet, totally in IMC conditions. This will be the first time I've done this landing in these conditions. So I hope the LPV is still working. I hope they didn't screw it up when they released the final version of X-Plane. So we can't see a thing. We have 22 minutes of not seeing anything. But we can change it. Let's change the weather so we can actually see stuff. So let's go to, I think stormy. Well, at least let's see the ground, yeah. So we change it to stormy conditions. We'll change it to low visibility once we get there. I don't know how long I'm going to keep on here because it'll probably make me sick watching this plane bounce around all the time. Okay, we've gone above 3,000 feet, so we'll just hit altitude hold there. Yeah, I'm not going to do that either because it makes me sick watching the screen bounce around all the time. Let's go to overcast. Overcast is better. We'll keep it overcast. So how's my throttle? I hit my throttle, man. So. I wonder if I can do 10-mile final. No, that'll screw us all up. So 13 minutes until we get to Grubby. In the glove box of the Panthera, yeah, the keys and the note. To put the key back in the glove box. What I like is the Easter egg inside the Epic Victory. If you have the Epic Victory and you go in, you hit the caution lights, the Master, the Cessna. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I got me a bobblehead. Sweet. I never even knew about that. I'm about to fly with the bobblehead every time now. Just because y'all said that. And it's cool. Get your head bob on there, buddy. Where we clicking? Nope. No, I didn't see his Easter egg video at all. Is Luna still streaming? I don't know if Luna's still streaming or not. That's all I was just asking. So we're going to do this LPV approach, and then I'll show you the Easter egg and the Epic Victory. Well, it's really not Easter egg, it's just what it says in the caution panel when you hit the caution lights. So it looks like, so far it's just, everybody wants the Panthera. They don't want the Eclipse 550 for some reason. So I guess we'll be giving away the Panthera. Which is cool by me, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you guys want. Austin on the toilet. Which plane is that in? Is that in the... We don't have a 757. I like my Victory too. Oh, it's in the 747? Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that one out for sure. Do all the planes have a Easter egg, or just the Cessna and the 747? Because I don't think you can walk around in the 737. I don't think you can walk around in the MD-82 either. I think you just walk around the 747. Oh, can you walk around the MD? I don't think you could. Well, there's only one heli in the game. That's that Sikorsky. Oh, the add-on. Aerobask probably has Easter eggs and all theirs. Go open the tail door. This approach takes us really out of our way because Stafford is right over to our left. So that's right. That's where we're going to land at, right there, because this is Dogwood Airport. That's actually an aviation community. You land right there, and you can taxi your airplane right into your hangar, right into your own hangar that sits right there next to your house. So that's what Dogwood is. And it's fenced now, gated, because we used to drag race on that runway. It's called the cops on you. And this is where we're going to land at. That's Stafford. And this is runway 33 going that way. And over here will be, you can't see it because of the clouds, but over there is Shannon Airport. So what's going to happen is this is going to switch, it should switch and change over to LPV once we get in beginning approach. Once it says LPV, we can go ahead and switch it to approach mode. That's really all there is to that. The Brook VOR station's around here somewhere. It's off to our left here. I think it's funny how, like on Flight Simulator 10, the VOR stations are these big, tall, metal antennas, and in real life they're not even tall. They're like, they look like a little missile sticking out the ground. Is what a VOR station looks like. I have video of the one in Casanova, which is in Western Virginia. They look like a little missile, the top of a missile sticking out of the ground with a bunch of little antennas all around it. That's what a VOR station looks like. At least here in the United States. That's what they look like. So we're almost at Grubby. And we'll begin our approach back towards Stafford. don't know why. YouTube sends me the randomness stuff. Because I'm a YouTube, I don't know if it's because I'm a member of YouTube Red or what. But, I mean, I get the craziest videos on my YouTube app on my phone. And it's not even from people I'm subscribed to, so it's crazy. So I just found out today that YouTube is taking, like, if you don't have 10,000 views on your YouTube channel, they're taking away your monetization, which really doesn't matter because I have far more than that. But I thought that was pretty weird. Like, you can't monetize anything until you have over 10,000 views now. Which is crazy. I have something like 16,000 or something like that. On the channel where I teach web development, I have like almost 1 million, maybe. I have about 600,000 at least. Look at Austin's head go. Check it out. We're almost done with this. This RNAV approach is horrendous. It's taking us way out of our way. Almost down to Fort AP Hill. One minute, 40 seconds until we get there. I'm sitting here looking at my SSD drive because I pulled my SSD drive out of my old computer, and I've still got to put it in this one. But I'm thinking about getting like a 2 terabyte hard drive. This one only has a 1 terabyte in it, and it didn't come with an SSD, so I'm going to throw my 250 gig SSD in it. But because of the way the case is, you have to take the side plate off the case, then you have to pull the graphics card out, loosen the screws on the fans for the CPU so it tilts, and you can tilt that up and you can get to the little SATA port for the SSD card, the SSD. It's way down in there. It's just kind of complicated, but I'm just glad you can upgrade the CPU and everything on here. So if I wanted to go up to the 7700, I could easily go up to the 7700 if I wanted to, and I can upgrade the graphics card as long as it's the reference edition of that graphics card. So this computer has the Asus GTX 1070 Founders Edition, and you have to have the Founders Editions in there for some reason. They're the only ones that fit without modification to the case. So we're making a turn here, this little teardrop type turn. Still can't see anything. That's good. So far I'm impressed. I mean, I don't really think you need a GTX 1080 to run X-Plane if you want to waste the $600 or $700, was $800 now. The 430 or the 530, because this right here, this is the 530, and this is the 430. So I mean, it depends. I don't ever use the 430. The only thing I use the 430 for is on Pilot Edge, and that's only to use the second comm channel. That's the only time I ever use that GTN 430, honestly. No, but I can create tutorial videos for it. It wouldn't take much. I mean, it's the same as in any other flight sim. So there's really no difference, except for I like the fact that in Prepare 3D and FSX you can actually type in your ICAO codes instead of having to use the little dial. Flight plan. We're going to Kodak after this, then Yavik, and then the runway 33. So this is the RNAV GPS approach, and we're doing the LPV for Riga, just to demonstrate how you do it in the United States. And there it is. So there's Kodak, there's Yavik, and there's runway 33. And these are our step downs, so we need to be at 3,000 feet at Rizva. At Kodak, we need to be at 2,000. At Yavik, we need to be at 980. By the time we get to Yavik, we should already be, well, we've got the LPV right now. So I'm not going to hit approach until we get to Kodak. But we do have the LPV signal now. You can see. So we look at the 530 and it switched from terminal to LPV. So now we have vertical as well as lateral navigation from the GPS. Like I said, the LPV approaches on RNAV are just like ILS. The only difference is ILS uses radio, GPS, LPV uses the GPS signal. And the minimums, I don't know if the minimums are any different. Let's look at the minimums for the LPV approach into Stafford. With LPV, it's 450 feet, and ILS minimums are 580 feet. So it's a lower minimum for LPV at this airport. It's 450 versus 580 for ILS. So we're going to take our vertical speed down until we're down at 3,000 feet. The only forums I'm in, like Epic Zeus is not my name on xplane.org. It's Fallen Down, FALLENDOWN. Okay, so now we're out of the junk. So we have our elevation, we have our lateral. So now we can go ahead and hit approach, and it should take us down until the needle fits flat. So let's see. Let's see what it does. See if we can pull the LPV approach off for Riga. Okay, so we're coming up. Needle's coming up, and there we go. We're established on the guide slope using LPV. And that's all it is to it, Rika. Just make sure it says LPV on your GPS, and you're good for the approach. Let's go ahead and put a notch of flaps in. Yep, this is the autopilot flying it. We're making a fully coupled LPV approach using the GPS. So. Yep, fully coupled ILS, I mean not ILS, but LPV.
Stafford Regional Weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 2100 overcast, temperature 14, dew point 10. Altimeter 2992.
I stated in one of my tutorials, you can tell a lot about airport just by looking at the sectional. So if we look at Stafford, we look at it now, it has a star on top of the airport diagram, which means it has a beacon, and it sure enough has a beacon. There it is, right there. And it has fuel services, which is, you can tell by looking at these little squares. You can tell it has fuel services. Then its AWOS is 126.325, and here's the AWOS, 126.325.
Weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10.
It's 211 feet above sea level.
Conditions
It's lighted.
2100 overcast.
It's got 5,000 foot runway.
The
CTAF frequency is 122.725.
Altimeter 2992.
And if we were making a an approach on runway 15, we'd have to enter the traffic pattern on the right hand side. So with the flight right, we'd have to fly right traffic to land at
Stafford
runway
Regional
15.
Weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 2000.
So you can see we're on autopilot. We have two whites, two reds.
14,
We're still good to go.
10. Altimeter 2992.
Our minimums are 450 feet, which we haven't reached yet.
Stafford Regional Weather. Wind calm, visibility more.
So we're at 600 feet. We have 250 feet to go until we reach our minimums for this airfield. It can get a little weird when we get down the slope. So I just get ready. I'll always decouple the autopilot right when I get to the approach lights. So you can see it's kind of acting a little weird. So we've passed minimums. Autopilot's off. I have control of the aircraft now. We are a little high, but now we're on the glide slope again. And we're down. That's simple. LPV RNAV approaches are extremely easy. It's just like shooting an ILS approach. There's nothing really to it. So long as your aircraft, I don't know. I don't know if it's a bug or if that's the way the approach works when you're running RNAV. I'm not a real pilot, so I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask a real pilot if RNAV approaches are like that when running under LPV. I think it's just a bug, really, because there's no wind. Anyways, let's recap. Friday, most likely I'll be doing a live stream in which I'll be giving away most likely the Panthera, because most people would rather have the Panthera than the Eclipse 550 for some reason. That'll be Friday. And if you're part of the flight simulating Facebook page that Luna and Mo and everybody we have on there, you can stay tuned to there because I'll announce it on there. My my Twitter is epiczeus_YT. You can do it's at epiczeus_YT is the Twitter. I'll announce it on there too. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow when I do my tutorial. Thanks for watching.